name is Hollee Chanel.
My name is Melanie Loren.
And this is Dip with Sweet
and Hot.
We are here, friends.
We are back to continue our season of Audacity. This time, we brought you guys in right at the beginning of the conversation, as opposed to last time we were already deep into something, and we were like, let's hit record. I'm Melanie Loren. Hey y'all, welcome in, family.
Listen, this is why people come and holler at us, Melanie. It's like just being in the living room with us, kicking it, just having a good
old time
conversation. And you know what? You can have access to that at any time, should you please.
Any 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You sure can.
In your destination and on your platform of choice.
Say How about
what? That? Yes.
Girl, you lying.
Listen, if you just want to listen to us because you need to be driving and your eyes need to be on the road or whatever.
Or, some people get turned on by the sound of our voices.
It has been said. It has been said now that you mention it. Let me make sure I up my sultry quotient in my voice so that we can get some more listeners.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But in any case, people, if you want to listen to us, of course, you can catch us on all the podcast platforms.
Spotify, YouTube,
Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen to your podcast. Yeah. But also, if this is your first episode tuning in this particular season, I just need to say that if you want to actually watch us, you can. Because we are on YouTube as well. Feel free to log onto their YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button for Dipped with Sweet and Hot. Yes. So you can get updated when you have some more of us to see. If you like to watch.
Now listen, let me temper your expectations. The visuals are for season 3 only, friends. Okay.
Yes. That was something that we leveled up to.
We leveled up
season
to it.
3.
Okay.
Growth. Hashtag growth.
Listen, come on. I love this for us. All right, homie, what you got this week? You got the sweet, you got the hot.
I just had this experience the other day.
Oh.
And so I'm gonna lead in with a little bit of hot. I'm gonna be a little hot today. I'm gonna be a little spicy today.
A little spicy.
So I'm out. I'm trying a different kind of an eating plan these days, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to be healthier. I have done some research about like the what? Does it sound so foreign?
Okay, friends. I have to let you into our friendship a little bit. Melanie is the most. It takes her 5 hours to grocery shop for $100 in Aldi. Okay, I'm not.
That's an Aldi. Shout out to Aldi.
But again, I need you to understand how far $100 goes in Aldi.
Oh yeah,
and she
don't go as far as it used to though. That's not the subject. Go ahead.
It doesn't. But my point is, for her to spend this $100, it takes her forever because she is reading the fine print.
She's trying to say I'm a very conscientious shopper. I read the labels. Yes. I do price comparisons. I do unit price
what
comparisons.
I don't understand is how you're endeavoring to eat healthier than that at this point.
Well, I will tell you. So I have embarked upon trying out an anti-inflammatory eating plan.
Okay, fair enough.
And there are some things that are really not a part of it. So one of the things that I've been trying out lately, which is the subject of my hot, is alcohol avoidance.
No
liquor.
Oh,
so
dear.
I've been dry, as they say, for several weeks now. And I'm hot because of the judgment that I get out in these streets. Okay. I was at a party, festivities, a day party the other day. And I was with a friend of mine and we ran into somebody who was like friends with her father or something. A man, older gentleman. He's like, oh, let me get all y'all's drinks. I love that for us, right? So we get up to the bar and he's like, what y'all want to drink? So I told him it was hot. It was crowded to get up there. So I was going to double fist, whatever, because I'm not fighting this pack of people to get to the bar again. So I wanted some water, just a plain old bottle of water, because that was going to last me the duration of the party, right? But then for my beverage, I went to my common go-to these days. I wanted a club soda with some lime, like a dash of lime juice. And I want the I want cherries as well, especially if they are the Luxardo or the like darkened like brandy cherries. Love those. So I said I want a club soda. Well,
I
out of
know.
here with that bullshit.
I know. I'm sorry.
It was so aggressive.
It is aggressive.
It was so aggressive. It was so judgmental.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I understand it's not right. But the way that I was raised, you don't trust nobody that won't take a drink with you.
And I've heard you say that before. I've heard you say you don't trust people that don't drink.
I've changed my ways. I have changed my ways.
And I get it. And I still have an appreciation for alcohol if I choose to drink it. But these days I'm not drinking it. And I need y'all to get off my back, because that's not the first person that has been like, oh, you ain't having nothing to drink. What's wrong with you? Get that bullshit out of here. Get her a real drink. I'm like, okay. Can I try to get the inflammation down in my body? Okay.
Like, can I live? Literally. Can I live?
Can I do something to try to listen? I understand I'm not where you are, but can I have some autonomy over my own throat? I'm just
so here's the deal. What I will say, having been in the hospitality industry recently, that a lot more establishments are coming up with cocktails and with mocktails and low ABV, and they're curating them with the same intention that they do
the cocktails,
the alcoholic cocktails,
which I appreciate on one hand, but it's a whole nother hot to talk about how the mocktail costs the same as the cocktail. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I hear some comments, some agreement from our guest. Because she knows that I'm right. You look at that mocktail and you're like,
why is this the same price? This is devoid of alcohol.
It's no tequila in here.
It's not an ounce of tequila. And I don't understand.
So why is this like that? Anywho, I'm hot. And y'all need to learn how to be nice to the people that's not drinking right now. That's my speech.
That's true. So you know what? My suite is actually about the person who taught me how to drink, my daddy.
Okay.
So I text him one day and I said, hey, daddy, how you? He said, I'm good. How are you? I said, I'm good. So then I said,
what else?
So then I said, well, I was just checking up on you. He said, oh, thanks, daughter. I said, so at this point, because there was such a silence between I'm fine, how are you, and all of that.
And the next thing we talk about?
And the next thing we talk about, that it was about midnight at this point. And I said, and so when he hit me back, he was like, okay, good. And I said, well, daddy, go to sleep. Don't you have an early, because my dad is security for the Chicago White Sox. And he had a early game the next day. So he had to actually be up. And so I said, go to bed. I said, have a good night, daddy. And my dad writes back, STU. But here's the thing.
I know I'm not up on my acronyms all the time.
And me either. But this is why it threw me for a loop. He wrote STU in all caps and put a period after the S, a period after the T, and a period after the U.
That took extra effort.
It took so much effort.
All of that, because then he had to go back into caps each time.
He had to. So look, I thought that I had missed something, because I was like, surely my dad is not up on some lingo that I don't know.
Right. What you know?
Right. So I went to Google and I felt really dumb when I saw that it meant same to you. But the way my daddy wrote it was so stinking cute.
He wrote it like it was like initials and like a proper noun.
He did.
Or something. Same to you. I appreciate the effort, Dad. I do.
I was hollering. I said, my dad is so stinking adorable.
That is quite adorable.
And just, another sweet about it too is just watching my parents age. And I remember like how much they used to frustrate me with their shenanigans, but now they're turning into the cutest little old people.
STU.
S period.
S period. T period. U period.
I was crying, laughing. But speaking of family, I left y'all with a cliffhanger last week.
Go ahead.
In our story time. and we were talking about finding long lost relatives, right? I'm sorry, girl. My daddy tickled me so hard I started
Are you
crying.
having real tears coming down?
I got real tears in my
Somebody get her some tissue. Where are the assistants?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, they're not here? Okay.
Yeah, we can't afford those right now. But
they're coming.
Keep subscribing, y'all. Keep subscribing.
That's why we need subscriptions. That's right.
But anywho, we were talking about family and how it only took me 45 minutes to find a long lost cousin once or twice removed. And if you recall from the story, this was for the purposes of selling some land that was purchased by our great grandfather in the early 1900s. It was a farm in a suburb of Chicago. And so the interesting thing about this is that it really wasn't necessary to find this relative. Like there was a way, because the property had been so old and in the family, and we had all of the original paperwork, there was a way to circumvent finding her. But my mother and my aunt were like, no, that's family, and rightfully a portion of this belongs to her, and we have to find her. And I had actually looked maybe a month prior and didn't see anything, but that's because my mother had given me a misspelled name. So, you give me 45 minutes, I can find any doggone body with the correct information, right?
That's right. Okay. I do know this from experience.
Okay. So, so I got the correct information, and I told you. So just to review, how I found this woman on Facebook was through her mother's page. I found out, hold on, that my senior high school prom date's best friend's mother, her best friend went to high school with my cousin's mother, who is now deceased.
That's so like at least 4 degrees of separation.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm impressed that you did that.
Yeah,
in the time that you did it, but also again, not surprised, because I know that you have incredible investigator skills.
Yeah,
especially when you get a thread and you pull at it, and you got it.
I do. So we did find her.
And
she called me because I know how people are about giving out their phone numbers, but when she called me, she was very hesitant, and I knew that there was some family history there. And I said, hey, I know that this is a weird phone call. My mother is so and so. She needs to talk to you about some family property. And she's like, okay. Long story short, as they are completing the sale and she's involved in it, my family reconnected. They dispelled some myths about old beefs and just misconceptions about branches of the family. And so, it was very sweet to kind of gain a cousin, but also do the honorable thing and want to reconnect, because as I think you had mentioned last week, there is always a risk when you're trying to reconnect with someone. Like, is it going to go the way that you think it's going to go, or is it going to go the way of Melanie's story time from our dating episode? When you're reconnecting with folks,
you never know. But I want to break. But yours went well.
Mine went well. And so that made me think about a friend of mine, who is all over Instagram talking about how she has tracked down her long lost cousin. So welcome to the podcast, to Dipped with Sweet and Hot. Actress, writer, producer, director, voiceover,
and just all around cool girl.
Man, LaNisa Frederick. Give it up.
Government name. Government name.
She made an interest, and I love it. Welcome in, friend.
Hi, I'm so honored to play with y'all.
Yes, Thank you. It's always a good time when we get around. We hit the record button, you guys, on just even the pre-show, because we realized it was some foolery in there that we might be able to laugh at later. But we always have a good time with LaNisa, and we are going to talk about it, if you can't tell, the audacity to reconnect.
Mm-hmm.
In this particular episode, because it does take some audacity, and we'll let LaNisa tell you in her own words. But yeah, she went around on the other side of the world trying to find somebody, and not a lot to go, nowhere near as much to go on as even Hollee had. Like what
Right.
Hollee was saying that she did to find her relative, LaNisa didn't have all that. And she still hopped herself on a plane and did. So, friend, just tell us what it is that you had the audacity to do recently.
I had the audacity to find my long lost cousin who I haven't seen in 20 years, who is German and lives in Germany. And
Mm.
there was something in my spirit that was like, I really need to see him. I really need to know what happened, where he at, how come ain't nobody talking to him, what's going on. And so yeah, I had the audacity to jump on this plane, and all I had to go on was an address that my mom sent me in my Hotmail account
Not
back in
Hotmail.
look.
Cause you,
I had
I'm
to pay.
surprised you can still get in,
I
friend.
could. What's wild is if you look at the email, it's like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's all like disintegrated. The actual email, if
Oh,
it's
the
that
text.
the text.
It's like rich text instead
Yes.
of HTML.
Yes.
Oh wow. Because
And
it's
And you
that
had to
old.
go in there and try to find the address.
that's what happened. I went in, I go, all right. And then the only thing that showed up was the address. It was like, if you want
Wow.
to visit I'll show it. I'm happy to share. We block out the address. If you want to go see your Aunt Chris, because this is the time I was living in London and in grad school. If you want to see your Aunt Chris and your cousin Manuel, here is their address. I couldn't find,
Okay.
and I went to visit. I couldn't find no proof of plane tickets because this was probably before,
You would
you
keep
know,
something like that.
Yeah.
exactly. I couldn't
Or
find
before a
nothing.
digital record of it.
Exactly. There was no,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, there's nothing. So I had that
That is really
address,
wild.
and yeah, I went on a journey to seek
And
him.
that's all you had. That is all you had. And I also want to point out the audacity. First of all, 20 years, 20
Yeah.
years. And I can appreciate the audacity that it takes to go ahead and decide you want to reconnect after that long. Because
Yeah.
however long it's been, especially 20 years, that takes balls to be like, not only am I going to track you down, but I'm going to do it in person. Like,
So, LaNisa, what made you do this?
I
Like,
don't
what
know.
made you want to go
I don't
find? Because here's the thing, like, after about 10 years, do we really need to? I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not trying to be
know.
shady,
And
but
I have a feeling that some of my other family members are feeling the same way as that. And
they're like, why would you do this?
what? Why? Okay, this is weird.
right.
Probably this, I ain't gonna lie, it's probably the storyteller in me as well that needs to
Mm,
close out a chapter. But it
Mm,
kicked off because one of my baby cousins came to LA and we were hanging out. And I go, blah, blah, son. And she goes, our uncle's, I said, oh, our uncle's son. And she goes, wait, our uncle has a son? And I was like, oh, yeah, duh.
wow.
But then it clicked like she was so young, maybe two, uh when she finally did meet him. Like she hadn't really met him. Like she
mm-hmm.
met him as a kid, but it hadn't clicked. And I was like, oh, that's so sad to me. It just made me
He
really
was
sad.
like, you felt like he was like a long lost family member out there at sea by himself. Like,
Yes. And
yeah.
I felt sad about it. So then that was way earlier this year. Over the years, I had been like a little, let's
Mm-hmm.
see social media, let's do a little
Mm-hmm.
research. Nothing came. But I really feel like that visit with my baby cousin solidified, like, oh, I need to find, because we have pictures of us like at birthday parties as kids all together. So it's not like,
So y'all were close.
yeah, like close as cousins could be as
Mm-hmm.
kids,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, birthday parties, when they visited back from Germany. So there's proof.
Mm.
Like we are family and we all hung out. What happened?
Yeah.
Because I
Um,
do not have all my people with me. I'm sorry. That was low hanging fruit. My
that was good.
apologies. Continue.
That was really good though. I like
Thank
it.
you.
Proud of you. Yeah, so I didn't really have much info to go on but this address. And I had been wanting to do like a Europe trip anyway, because I wanted to go back to London to visit my grad school. And I was like, well, since I'm in London, why don't I
Mm-hmm.
just go to Germany?
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
I love
Up the
that.
street. Like, to me, once you get
Right, you start thinking about those Western European countries, like they all next door to each other.
Okay, so
It's
so
crazy.
LaNisa, you are in Germany with a 20-year-old address
Address.
that you got off of Rich Text Hotmail.
And that's it.
So take me through.
Well, let me go back too.
Okay,
So
okay.
I also did, because I was like, I asked family members. Nobody knew nothing. Because unfortunately, a lot of the family members that kept more in contact had passed.
Ah, okay.
And on top of that, there was another, for me, sense of urgency because my uncle, his father, has just passed.
Ah,
And I was like,
he needs to know.
someone, he should know. You
Yeah.
ain't got to care because you ain't seen your dad. You ain't got to do. But
again, risky and audacity. Like,
I
you know what I
know.
mean? It takes audacity to be like,
Hey,
I have news to break.
and
Like,
I
you know
have
what I
news to
mean?
break.
Like, go ahead.
But I think it was also like, because
Mhm.
I lost my dad, and I was on
Mhm.
too, that I was like, I just feel like one should know. Take the info with what, you could be like, all
Yeah,
right,
Right.
peace.
I
Yeah.
just want you to know.
I just want you to know. But so I do appreciate, because maybe it's my age, I do appreciate a Facebook group. And
Listen.
I like an old school Facebook group. It's like Yellow Pages to me. It's like the white pages. So
LaNisa,
Throw it back.
I
Throw
don't
it
know.
back.
I don't know if I should be insulted.
what?
I don't want to feel that old because I love me some Facebook, girl.
Yeah, it's old.
I'm
It's
sorry,
old
friend.
though.
It is old.
It's
But
old.
that's okay. It's also useful, which is what LaNisa was about to say.
Exactly. Because what I did was I found a Facebook group called Find Your Friends and Family Worldwide.
Couldn't be more direct.
I went, okay, I'll join this. So
Why not?
I had some pictures and I had the old address. So I didn't put the full address, obviously. I just put like, hey, in this area. I know this area is small. This part of Germany is really small. Maybe there's a shop. Somebody knows something. And one guy jumped on, and also I'd been on Reddit asking, and everyone, this is stupid. Why would you ever do this? You're gonna show up to a house, and I go, I am.
Because I'm audacious.
Yes.
I'm like, I am.
And
So
Reddit is a nasty
Reddit
place
is a lot.
sometimes. Okay.
Reddit be extra. That's a whole episode.
That's a different episode for sure.
I'll come back. So I wrote on this Facebook page, here's the details, looking for my cousin. Some random German guy was like, hey, you can file this report to see if there's any trace of him in that city. I forgot the name of it. It was like Mundenhausen Tempel, some report in
Something
German.
very German sounding.
So here I am on Google Translate trying to translate what it says on, because it's official. It's .de. Because that's their government official. It was like,
okay.
find the motherfucker .de.
Was Google Translate actually helpful? Because I've heard terrible things.
Oh, I'm sure it was trash. But I emailed like the city council of Germany in this area.
Uh-huh.
First thing I said was, so sorry. This is a Google Translate. I apologize that this is probably trash.
Just please try to decipher it.
Right. So please bear with me. And they also were like, fill out this form. It gives you info on like a Yellow Pages or a White Pages. And I was like, okay. So this German dude on
You and these white pages.
because we're old.
Because we're old.
Because we're old.
Yeah.
Oh, this German dude on this random Facebook page helped me like translate and fill out the form. And it came back and I was like, what's it mean? He's like, it means they couldn't find anything. There was nothing there. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just neutral. They're like, we don't know. It's like, okay. Left that post up. The next day, this woman was like, hey, I might be able to help you. And I was like, okay, how? She's like, well, it looks like this community has a Facebook page too. Like, a next door page for this neighborhood.
Right.
I'll go on and I'll just introduce myself and tell them, hey, she's looking for someone. So she did that. I swear to God, within like 3 hours. Keep in mind, I'm packing now for Germany. within maybe 24 hours, maybe it was like 24 hours, she wrote back and was like, because of time difference, she was like, yo, someone in his Facebook page is saying that they are his cousin on the German side. And here's a phone number. What?
What?
And that fast too.
Fast.
Yeah.
I swear time had not. So I'm like on the way to the airport and I'm like looking at my partner. I was like, do I call? Da da da. We called, number didn't really work. I was like, that's okay. I was like, here's the plan. Cause I watch all Murder She Wrote, Columbo.
Yeah, you know how to be a detective.
Without a trace.
You've watched plenty of TV. You know how to do this.
I'm a doctor and a detective.
Okay, listen. Without a trace, I can find somebody. That was my show. Okay.
That show was, girl, that's my show. So I go, you know what? You know what detectives be doing? They be going to bars. Because
so
when you
go traipsing into this,
you sound like John Mulaney.
This German watering hole in random town.
Dead ass. I go, all right, Googling like bars. I literally typed in local bars in Pearl, like in the area that and this bar kept coming up. And I was like, this is where we going when we land. We gonna go to this bar. Because I said, let me try there first, then I'll go to that address. So we landed, get a rental car. Shout out to Jamil, my now fiance. That's another story.
Way to bury the lead, chick.
It's a whole nother story. Okay, congratulations. We will have to return to that subject.
We're gonna come
continue.
And love you, Jamil.
Yes, because he's obviously down for an adventure. We love him.
He was down for an adventure. Because literally at one point in my craze, I was like, you know what? I'll just go by myself. It's fine. And then he's like,
no,
you're not going by
absolutely
yourself.
not.
I also would just like to let me just insert this inside your story because we're gonna pick up at the bar.
Yeah,
y'all, she did this, so she did ask for a translator. Like she put out a call because LaNisa don't speak German. Let's not. I don't want the people to gloss over that.
Guten Tag. That's all I get.
Like LaNisa decided I'm gonna buy these plane tickets. I'm gonna go to Germany. I don't know how to speak the language, but I'm gonna find my cousin. And she did. She got on the plane
and use Google Translate.
She got on the plane not having anybody on the ground to help her. She just had her phone and Google Translate. Continue.
Shout out to Google Translate for helping us this out, though. I did put out asking for people to help me, and people were like, okay, yes, we can help you, but that didn't pan out. So we land. We get to this bar that I'd been Googling because I said local watering hole. Walked in. I swear to God, it's like 8 German men over the age of 95 just sitting there at 10 a.m. drinking, as one does. And
oh my God, listen, so many thoughts. Continue.
And go ahead. One bartender, lovely lady. So we order and pour German beer and wine, even though we're like, I guess we have to fit in. And they're
like, just give them this. They don't know what they're ordering.
We're like, I don't know. So then finally I used Google Translate and I was like, hey, I'm looking for my friend who lives in Pearl. Can you help me? Here's his name and his picture. And so she's reading it and she's like, oh, I speak English. Anyway, like she totally
the serendipity. You ran into somebody that spoke English. Go ahead.
Most of them do over there too, but she was just like, she didn't start out speaking it because she was like,
she started speaking German. Yeah,
she was like, I don't want to talk to y'all.
But once she found out, she was kind of like, okay. So then she's like, I don't know who this is. I was like, okay. She's like, but I'll ask some of the other patrons. They may know. So she goes and announces to the patron and is pointing to the black girl in the corner. The black girl looking for her cousin.
And I also love, because I watched your IG reels about this. Listen, when LaNisa, the way she's telling the story, and then she says, my cousin. I love the way LaNisa, her cousin in Germany.
LaNisa tickles me, baby.
Go ahead with your cousin.
The German men are chit-chatting, and I don't know what the hell they're saying. And they're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, mm-hmm. So she come back around and she goes, okay, your cousin lives behind the bar.
What?
I'm sorry, what? She's like, they think he lives behind the bar. I'm like, what are you saying? Like,
Like
there's like
this bar I'm in right now.
the one I'm in right now. She goes, yeah, ma'am, please take it a step back. She's like, we don't know if he's home, but they think he's there. He lives there or was recently living here. Because there's like, some houses or bars have like apartments on top.
Yeah.
So it was like that.
Mhm.
It was like an apartment on top of a bar.
Mhm.
And I'm like, so you mean the bar that I've been Googling for months is where my cousin lives? That
Essentially.
So she goes, let's go back there and see.
I
She's
love
gone.
that she's invested now. She's
Oh, she's
invested.
invested.
Yeah.
Because by this point, I was like, this is actually my cousin, and this is the deal. And she's like, where are you from? I'm like, LA. She goes, you came from LA? We must find your cousin.
She's like, that's far as hell. Let's find this person. Yeah.
We go to the back of the bar and we see a mailbox with Frederick on it. And literally, we were all like, oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. All of us, I'm scared. Like, do I not? Do I not knock? It looks like no one's home. And then one of the German guys was like, yeah, I think he might be at work now, blah, blah, blah. So we didn't knock. She gets on the phone again. Guten Tag, da ba da ba da ba da. She gets off. She goes, okay, I called the mayor. The mayor says he works up the street. Nigga, what are you saying?
The mayor?
Bitch, the mayor?
How do you have the mayor on speed dial? I got questions. That,
but he answered.
The mayor, and I'm looking at her talk to him. It's on speaker. She goes, yes, I called the Burgermeister. I go, what's a Burgermeister? She goes, it's the mayor.
Only you.
LaNisa got this whole town officially looking for this person now.
Only you.
That's what's cracking me up. Because now I'm like, literally
now
the
it's
whole
official.
town is like,
people are invested.
There's this crazy Black American looking.
If she want to find her cousin, we gotta help her.
No, her cousin.
So then the mayor goes, he work up the street. So me and Jamil jump in the car, go up the street. We went to look for him at this job. I was like, I can't believe I'm going to this man's job now. Because keep in mind, now my cousin, even though he's a baby to me, he's like 38.
Yeah, so, he grown. He grown.
He real grown.
You finna show up in the job.
Guten Tag. I'm looking for this.
If you say Guten Tag one more time.
That's all I know.
One German word she knows.
Guten Tag.
I hope you said it just like that too.
You need to get t-shirts, G.
Guten Tag. So we go to the job. The job is like, we don't know who that is. And I was like, fuck, the mayor got it wrong. The Burgermeister ain't right. He ain't got his stated. So I go, all right, let's go back to that bar. It had fucking Frederick on the mailbox. Let's go back.
We were closer there, right?
There, we're here. I feel it. We went back to the bar. We're in the parking lot. I'm on Google Translate trying to write because I don't remember if my cousin knows English now because last time I had visited him, he lost a lot of his English. Mm-hmm. So I'm in Google Translate trying to write a letter like, yo, it's your cousin from America. I'm here, bitch.
How you been? I'm here, bitch.
Literally writing. Jamil goes, hey, is that him? I'm not paying attention. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to write this letter. He goes, look over there. And I look up and I go, that's my cousin.
He was just walking casually down the street.
Just walking down the street.
Near the bar.
Near the bar.
Headed home. Out of soon.
And he actually was leaving the apartment. So apparently he was home. And we just hadn't.
He was just like, I heard these random people outside. He like me. I don't answer the door for uninvited, unannounced guests.
Wait a minute. You talked about a phone number earlier. Did you try that phone number?
Tried the phone number. It just rang.
That was a dead end. Okay, yeah.
It just rang.
Yeah, he saw y'all out there knocking. He was just like, I ain't expecting
like
nobody.
That's a bill collector. The Black lady from America.
Right. Or it's the Jehovah's Witness. Either way, I'm not interested.
Are there Jehovah's Witness in Germany, G?
Oh, I'm sure
probably. I don't know. I'm sorry. I may have offended someone with that comment. I apologize.
They be everywhere,
but y'all know y'all be out here knocking on doors, though.
Talking about Guten Tag. Have you heard the good word?
Is your soul safe? Okay, go
in
ahead.
German. But the way he was walking, we couldn't like drive up. Also, that'd be crazy. So I was like, oh my God, what do I do?
Then he would think he was getting kidnapped if you did.
Right.
So fast you did.
I was like,
Glad
okay,
you weren't in a van.
thank you. Glad we weren't either. So Jamil goes, go after him. I go, oh, you mean get out the car? Oh my God, I gotta get freaking out. I go out the car, run like behind him, and I see him. He's just walking the other way. And I was like, Guten Tag. Hello. I do need a t-shirt.
You need to make a t-shirt, G.
Please. We will happily wear it. I know I will.
I will happily wear that t-shirt.
Stop. And he turns around and I'm like, yeah, it's my cousin. And I walk up to him and I go, hi, do you remember me? And in typical male German fashion, he goes, of course, you are my cousin.
So wait a minute. All of that
with zero emotion
led to that one moment where he's like, of course, you are my cousin.
He was German excited. That's what we call it.
We do have to adjust for the cultural norms. We do have to factor that in. We have to
I'm American. I'm loud. I'm an actor. So of course I'm like.
She said he was German excited.
Inside, on a German scale, he was excited.
Right. Like he was probably over. He was like
over the moon.
11.
It presented as, of course, you're my cousin.
Black American, he was like a -2.
That's correct.
German, he was like a good, solid 11, 12.
That's right. Excited. We need to calibrate it for the people. We have some international listeners here on Diplomatic High. So I'm glad you all understand now.
They will let you know too. It's a different level.
LaNisa, why are you this foolish?
But I'm glad what I love is that you recognized him. Well, first of all, Jamil recognized him, even just from pictures. But then you recognized him. It had been 20 years. You recognized him and he recognized you. And you did walking down the street. You know what that makes me think of, you know how people say 80%, maybe that's a different stat, but 80% of life is just showing up.
Love it.
Like you could not have done that remotely.
No.
You had to, in order for this to happen, you had to physically be there and just be on that street.
I had to show up.
Like everything. You have to have the audacity to show up, to get on the plane and to show up. The audacity to walk into a random German bar. And also, I just want to say the audacity to do this as a Black woman. Right. Like we can't gloss over that. Like you went to a small town in a European country. And I know that some European countries don't have the same history with racial violence as the United States does. But you Black everywhere.
But it's also Germany.
It's Germany, which has its own history of things.
But look, let me tell you, Germans, unlike Americans, have learned lessons.
Oh,
really?
Period.
Germans, like, everybody was friendly as hell. Everybody was cool as hell.
Awesome.
They and the German government, I feel like they be like, we fucked up.
Yeah, we got some more atonement.
Now, of course, there are groups within whatever, but compared to America, who's like, what?
They believe in accountability over there.
Right.
I love that. And I love that people were like, yep, she's obviously not from around here, but we're going to help her.
So, LaNisa, are you saying that Germany is not trying to take away women's voting rights and re-enslave people? No,
I am sure they got their own set of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
But I will say it feels like they are accountable for some major sins.
Right.
So you found him, you hugged him, and y'all connected. Yeah. And he was just, kind of like, oh,
he was German excited.
He was German excited. So where are you all today? Like, have you spoken again or communicated again?
So we went out to dinner a couple of nights later because that was a lot to take in. My mom was like, why didn't you FaceTime and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, it's a lot.
We're already overwhelmed. Yeah.
This is overwhelmed. This is German overwhelmed. So it was a lot. So we took him out to dinner. I had made a photo album of like pictures from when we were kids and pictures that I don't know if he had of his mom and him. So and shout out to my family for like helping me get some of those pictures because I was like, let me just put a little thing together. I
Yeah.
gave him a little book, which I think he was super excited, German excited about because he's like going through it. He's like, oh my God, I remember blah blah, I remember blah blah. And he's like, I miss my American family because it actually felt like family. And I was like,
Oh,
Dang, that made that moment right there. That just made I wasn't even there, and that made it all worth it.
damn.
That
that's
made it
beautiful.
all worth. That is so, and that is so thoughtful of you, LaNisa, because this is obviously a lot of work. Like if you've been listening, this was a lot of work and time and energy and
And
money.
money.
But then
Yeah.
even to just have the forethought to be like, I want to bring these pictures, I want to collect these pictures and put this together. Damn,
That
that's
is
really thoughtful.
beautiful. I think that it's audacious to do something like that, not knowing what kind of reaction he would have had.
Absolutely.
Again, she could have gotten cussed out.
Yeah.
And I said that too. I told my mom, I told everyone, I was like, I could good and well get there. And he'd be like, F you, F
And
everybody
the
on this.
whole family. And
Mm-hmm.
the
And the whole,
whole family.
and I would have been like, got it. I
Yep.
get, yes. Yes, and I
Right,
get it.
right, 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 right.
And I would have
That's
just known how to beer
wild.
and called it a day. Like,
Had you some German beer and went
all
on.
right,
Okay.
I'll move on. But I had to know. I wanted to know. I had to know for my own sanity. But yes,
Mm.
we exchanged info because I didn't even have his date of birth. I asked everybody in my family. I was like,
Wow.
"What is this kid's birthday?" Because if I have a birthday, I can do almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
No one had a birthday. No.
Wow.
So I was like, I got my notebook out. I was like, write your address, write your phone number, write your date of birth.
Blood
What
type.
blood type? Right. What's your blood type? A beautiful part too is his sister, like his half sister, essentially. My other cousin was like, I told her because I wanted to be very transparent with family and be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fair to call her. And I was like, I just want to let you know this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it for myself. If you want to know info, I'm happy to share. If not, I get it.
Mm.
It's a little tricky. And she's like, oh my God, thank you for doing this. I've always wanted to know where he was, and no one could connect us. So I'm
Wow.
super excited. Please keep me in the loop. Please share my information when you see him. And he was excited too. He's like, "Oh, my sister. Here's my German excited. Here's my sister. I was like, here's your sister's info." He reconnected with another cousin he was close with. I obviously have to share some unfortunate news, and considering time and the news, we do what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did well. So it was an adventure. I'm very delusional though. Like I'm Delulu.
No, you're not.
Is that
No,
what
you're
you
not.
attribute the audacity to?
You're
Yeah.
no, you're optimistic. You're
I was
very
incredibly optimistic as well as
yeah.
audacious.
But you're
I just was
also
like, why not?
a
That's
ray of sunshine, LaNisa.
that's really, and that's going to inspire somebody like listening right now. What I hear is that when you have that kind of audacity, the reward can be priceless
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
and
mm,
long lasting, right? Because now you got the know, now you know how to reach them. And
right.
now you have whatever this relationship is going to be moving forward. And that's up to you guys. But
Exactly.
it is more than it was. And now you have options,
Right.
right? When you didn't have any before. And it
I
was
like
all
an
because
option.
I do too. And it's because you had the audacity to go digging and reconnecting, not knowing what the outcome was gonna be. And he met you right on the street.
Literally on the street.
Literally walked into him on the street. That is an amazing story, friend.
Hallmark, call a sister.
Please and thank
That's it. We'll tag him. We'll tag him.
speaking of Hallmark calling a sister, how can people find LaNisa and what she is doing and working on next? Because I know you
Yeah.
got
How can we
a
follow you and all that?
podcast and a animated series.
How
What's
can we
going on?
support you? We want to know how to
Oh my
support you.
God. Yes. Please follow me. Instagram is my main, source of information. So at LaNisa Frederick is my is it LaNisa Frederick or LaNisa Renee Frederick? It's LaNisa
Yeah, I
Frederick.
think it's just LaNisa Frederick.
Okay. I was like,
Mhm.
what?
LaNisa for our
Yes,
listeners.
at LaNisa Frederick on Instagram. Also, I do have a podcast and happy to come back on and chat about that. And we talked about it a little
Yeah.
bit, called Black and Cultivated about where I interview Black and brown former cult members, because I was born and raised in a doomsday cult. And we don't talk about that with Black people.
We don't.
Right. Because everybody's like, cults, that's
LaNisa,
white.
your life is very interesting. You're definitely be back.
I actually don't think it is, which is really
but it is.
No, but it is.
It
is. Okay, so just to refresh, we just found out that the person who on a whim went to Germany to find a cousin she hasn't seen in 20 years was also born and raised in a doomsday cult. That sounds very interesting to me.
I'm hooked.
Like, wasn't everyone? Weren't we all born in doomsday cult?
Oh my gosh. Well, yes, friend, we will definitely have to have you back to talk about that. And
so that's called Black and
congratulations.
Cultivated.
Yeah.
And yes, please follow that. Also, similarly, it's on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. And yeah, I just interview and kiki with other former cult members because we got shit to talk about.
We should talk about that for sure.
We definitely should.
Awesome.
Wow.
Thank you, LaNisa.
Thank you,
Love
LaNisa. I had so
y'all.
much fun. And I'm so glad that it paid off, right? It was going to be valuable to you individually either way, like you said, because
To have tried.
you wanted to be
Yeah.
able to say that you tried.
Mm.
But you actually found them. And I also would like to say,
Congratulations.
on a lighter note, I would like to say that I noticed that, you know, we were respecting his privacy and everything by covering his face up.
Right.
Because there was, you know, some documenting of this on the IG. But based on the little kid pics, I kind of want to see what him looked like as an adult. I feel
You know what, Melanie?
I feel like he might be an attractive man to
Y'all
Melanie.
don't stop, because you are not the first friend that has DM'd me and said, "Yo, low key, your cousin kind of fine."
Yeah, let me see what he looked like at 38. I just want to know. I saw what he looked like at 8. I want to see what he looked like at 30.
I'm hollering. Melanie, are you shooting your German shot?
I mean, Guten Tag. Okay.
Hey.
Guten Tag.
Got you more than one word.
Go for.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Bye, LaNisa. We appreciate you, Mama, and you
LaNisa.
will be back.
Love y'all. Bye.
Love you too. Bye bye.
Let me get on Rosetta's song right quick. Let me put that on my never-ending to-do list. Learn German.
You know what?
Just in case.
There's so much pee in the American pool. We might as well go international.
Could
at
be
this
in another
point.
pond.
Let's something.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Baby, that was
Audacity pays off.
It does.
The Audacity pays off. And also, like she said, she faced some opposition, right? Like she had the trolls on Reddit. She had people even in her own family like, why are you doing this? Like, not everybody is going to agree, which leads me into our story time for next week. Making some unpopular choices. You know, another choice that comes up a lot, and I feel like I can safely say this has come for you too, is that we have to defend the fact that we are childless.
Oh.
That we haven't given birth, we haven't procreated. Now, I should say we are biologically childless as parents. We both have plenty of children in our lives, and I love my role as an aunt. I have plenty of nieces and nephews. And it's not that necessarily people end up being without biological children in a number of ways. So the reason I am, it may be different than the reason Hollee is, maybe different than the reason somebody else is. But the audacity of people to come up and have some type of feelings about the fact that I don't have kids.
Somebody said something to you?
Girl, I get comments, and you can tell there's a little bit of sass on the comment. Like, you know, I've been talking, sometimes when I'm talking to people, whatever, I've had someone say like, oh, so you just don't want a family? And I will say that's an inference that they made, because that is not what I said. That was their own judgment. I've never said I didn't want a family. I do want a family. Some days I do, some days I don't, whatever. But like, it's like,
but why is there judgment on that if you do or you don't? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
That's the
Because
point.
look, because here's the thing, from the flip side of it, if I were to judge you for having children,
then something would be wrong with me, right?
Y'all would have flayed me on the cross. Like,
that's
what is
right.
good?
Why you having all these kids?
Why you having all these kids? Like, listen,
You know
I think parenthood is ghetto. Don't.
But the point is, I'm not judging you for having children,
and I'm not judging anybody. If that's your choice,
but it
go
takes,
right ahead.
but that's bucking against a cultural norm, and that's my point. So I've had that happen to me. So let's talk about it next week. Let's talk about the audacity to not procreate, the
Please
audacity to go around in our culture when it's expected of you. And we're gonna have hopefully we'll have a couple of guests joining us who talk about this issue publicly.
Ooh.
About the fact that they are and they're men. I'll say that because women get a lot of pressure too.
They do.
These are some men who have had the audacity to not have children. And we're gonna talk about it next week, y'all. So in the meantime, I'm Melanie Loren.
I'm Hollee Chanel.
And this is Different Sweet Love.
See y'all next time.
Bye-bye.